Hi, I'm Frankie Joe Blooding, and I'm back in my big comfy chair. I love this chair. I love these lights, and I love this corner. It is by far one of my favorite spots. The view is great. I need to clean my office. It's starting to look a little junky, but things have been a little chaotic lately, mostly in my brain space. So it probably time to clean that up a little bit. Yeah, cleaning, gotta love it, but we're back at doing the author interview thing. It was a lot of fun the last time, and I only got through 3 questions. Look, I write novels, okay? I don't write poetry. I don't write short stories. I write novels. And apparently, I also give novel-sized interviews too. Okay, so we're going to start with this one. What do you think happens when women stop being afraid to be powerful? This is a very deep question that I have been asking myself a lot lately. Um, Mostly because my day job, I had to go get a day job again. I am working with this one man, and he is kind of a bully. And the way he gets his way, I have 2 reactions. One reaction is to blow my top and just yell at him and tell him what a Neanderthal he is, and then the other one is just to shut the fuck up and do what I need to do while it's kind of while crying quietly because he is such an a-hole. And there's absolutely nothing that I can do about him. And so I being a woman in construction and trying to do project management, and I say trying because I don't think that I've ever been successful at it. Um, I think the only thing I can say is I've tried a lot though. I keep running into the Nates of the world, and they're so common. They're like manure in a feedlot where they're perfectly okay until they are challenged. Then the world comes to an end, everything's on fire, and they're bully, bully, bully. And how could you come into my world and tell me what to do or think or say? And I keep asking myself, like, did you hire me because I'm stupid? I'm pretty sure that you hired me because I had expertise, except for the fact that he didn't hire me. I don't think he wanted to hire me. I am trying to figure out how to be powerful. I don't think I ever have been in my entire life. And I hate that. I hate that. I don't know how to be that. I don't know how to sit in my own skin and feel comfortable. I don't know how to stand up for myself. I can occasionally fight for others, which makes being project manager kind of tough. I typically try to manage the situation so that I don't have to fight. That's how I manage. Yeah, I mean, so to get back on target, I've got this one character. Okay, back. I created Paige because I needed to figure out how to fight. And when I started writing Paige, I was such a mouse of a person. I had a hard time being heard. I had a hard time being seen. I was invisible. And when I spoke, no one heard me. And so I created Paige because I needed to learn how to be heard. I needed to learn how to be seen because I always did it wrong. Every single time I made myself seen and every single time I made myself heard, the people around me would react very badly, like, very badly. And so I took that to mean that I was doing it wrong. Paige showed me that their reactions are on them. And the only thing that I can control is my reactions to how they react. I don't have to take things personally. When they're buttheads, because I drew a boundary, I don't have to get all weepy and be like, oh my God, I don't understand why they don't like me. He's a butthead. Okay. You do not need a butthead to like you. The only people you need to like you are the ones you want, the ones who add things that you want in your life. Are they someone that you can build with? Okay, maybe you need them to like you, but do you really need that? I mean, some of us, the answer is yes. Should it be yes? Maybe not. If you're listening to Mel Robbins, probably not. But Mel, I'm not there with you yet. I am still working on it. And I think that she understands that. But the creation of Paige helped me get to a certain point. But then Paige, the way that I had created her and the person that she is, and her story is still going. I'm just not writing it anymore because she's living something I don't want to tell right now, mostly because it would require me doing a lot of research that I just don't want to do. And because it's kind of a little boring, like a lot boring. Um, so like maybe when her life becomes interesting again, I might, but for right now, I think maybe she and I are like, you do you off in my pretend, and I'll do me in my RL pretend. Okay. So I created this other character, and it's Victoria. She is a badass in pantsuit. And like the way she handles people, I'm like, can I be you? Can I be more like you? Can I emulate you? Can I tell a man that he shouldn't have just barged into my office quietly, firmly, and then when he pushed back, just be like, yeah, I know. Now go back out there and try it again. If I could do that in the real world, oh my gosh. Do you have any idea how the men in my life would react? And the women in my life too. Ugh. Like I'm getting anxiety and panic attacks right now just thinking about it, which is so stupid. Why? I want the women in my life, the women who read my books, to be able to be more than the anxiety holding them back. I want them to see their inner power and to grab hold of it and be able to stand up for themselves and to be able to set their own boundaries and to push people back and then maintain those boundaries, which, by the way, is really freaking hard. You draw a boundary, and the people who take advantage of you the most are the ones who kick the hardest, and they are mean about it. What do you think happens when women stop being afraid to be powerful? I think that would just be so amazing. And I also think that the world would be a much better place for it if we could have that. I think that would be just super amazing. Okay, what's the most witchy thing you personally do in your daily life? I used to be a lot more witchy than I am now. I lost faith in myself and in witchcraft. That's not a great place to be. So, right now, I am playing around with the idea of getting back in to witchcraft, but I, you know what? Let's just commit. Let's make a commitment. Yeah, 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 yeah. But witchcraft is also just such an easy thing, right? It's just doing something with intention, like making breakfast and putting in the kinds of ingredients that will give you the energy that you need for the day. But let's start small. And I think this week I am going to do a very witchy thing. I am going to look myself in the eye and just look myself in the eye first thing in the morning. No anger, no judgment. No, you need to do better. No, you need to look prettier. No, you actually need to look unpretty so that men will take you seriously. No internal conversations. I think this week I am just going to look myself in the eye in the mirror for a good 30 seconds because I think that's as much time as my cat will allow me. Yeah, I think that's the witchy thing that I'm going to do. And then just slowly get back into the witchiness because I miss it. I miss it. I miss my cards. I miss the groundedness. You know what I miss the most? This feeling that I could positively affect the world. And all I needed were herbs and words and intent. I think I miss that. Let's see. What's the hardest part of writing right now? Writing. That's the hardest part. Okay, so right now I'm in the doubt box and I am doubting everything that I am writing. I am like I'm that everything has to be perfect before I release it. I'm in the nobody cares about what you're writing, nobody cares about your story. So, the hardest part about writing right now is writing. But I reread some of what I wrote in the Dream Lord Wars. That is so good. That's so It hits really hard. And like, this is the story that my soul needs to tell right now. It's the story that my soul needs to hear. That's the weird thing. One of the weird things about my writing is I don't necessarily share my experiences because if I'm only telling stories from my point of view, I have a finite number of books. I have a finite number of stories that I can tell because my experiences, not all of them are worth writing. Not all of them are worth listening to. Not all of them are worth hearing. And some of them, like, especially right now, are like, frankly, really boring because I get up, go to work, work my butt off for no reason. Come home, I'm absolutely exhausted. I work on my failing business. I go back to the house where everybody has eaten because they have made stuff for themselves. And then I decide, do I actually want to eat anything? Yes or no? Is it going to be a bowl of cereal or are you just going to go to bed? And then I talk to the people I love the most, and they're just like, "Yeah, we're tired. We're not doing anything." And then I go upstairs and do Duolingo. I'm doing Duolingo right now. I can't believe the things that I've forgotten in chess, but also I'm learning Spanish. Not really good at it, but you know what? I'm learning. And then I go to bed, and my body has decided that I will only sleep 5 hours. So I sleep for 5 hours and then I'm up. And then I'm doing it all over again. So that's a boring experience. So I try to write experiences that I collect through other people. I collect people and their stories and their experiences that I try to collect by just observing them as they're telling their story. And then I tell the stories that my soul needs to hear, not necessarily the stories that I need to tell. Because I don't think that I'm in a part of my life where, like, I don't think my story matters. And I'm sure that it does. Um, but there are lots of stories that a soul needs to hear if it wants to grow. And if I can't find it, then I'm going to make it because that is a gift that I have. A weird, a weird gift that isn't super helpful. Yeah. Okay. So like let's just say that aliens came down and they're like, we're going to take 10 people. And then for whatever weird reason, I get rounded into, the contenders for the top 10 spots. I have nothing that they would need. And that one gift is not going to get me on that spaceship. Okay. These are the things that I think about. That is like the most ridiculous thing ever. And yet, that kept me entertained from Anchorage to Wasilla the other day as I was coming back from a job site. Yep. Okay. We have time for one more question if I can keep it short. Jeez. Well, none of these questions because they're all deep. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Oh, crap. Okay. What would you say to a woman who feels like she's failing everyone right now? You're not. It just feels that way. And you are doing so much more than you're giving yourself credit for. So instead of listening to that negative voice telling you things that you would never say to anybody else, just stop. Listen to silence, not in your head. Do not listen to the voice in your head. Listen to silence. Make her stop talking and just be okay in that silence because you are amazing and you are absolutely slaying it. Even if today was a lesson instead of a victory, you are still slaying it. And the people who are relying on you do that because you slay more often than not. You are reliable, even when you're not performing it the way you want. So you are not failing. Now then, I need to play that back and listen to it myself because that's not the voice that I have inside my head talking to me. I can tell you that for sure right now. But yeah, that's what I would tell you. All right. So, goodness, these questions. Alindra, you're mean. Okay. I hope that you have just an absolutely fantastic week. I hope that you're reading really amazing books. And I hope that you're taking some time for you because you deserve it. And hopefully, sometime this week, I will be doing some writing things for me that I can actually share with you because that would be really cool. All right. Well, thank you so much. Have a great day. Talk to you later.